It was a victory that few anticipated. Pakistan's cricket had suffered given the law and order situation in the strife-torn country, and their international cricket calendar was almost bare coming into this World 2020. None of their players had featured in the IPL and no one gave them much of a chance. But they scripted the perfect fairy tale, and in less than 3 weeks' time, they were world champions. Pakistan's campaign got off to an inauspicious start as they lost their warm-up games to India and South Africa, and their opening match against England was no different as they were beaten by 48 runs. Powered by Kevin Peterson's 58, England posted a competitive 185. Pakistan was sloppy in the field. They dropped at least 4 catches and 5 of their 6 bowlers went for 9 or more and over. Pakistan had the batting firepower to chase down the target but never formed a solid base as England produced a disciplined display with the ball and most importantly in the field. Only 4 Pakistani batsmen reached double figures. Yunus Khan top scored with an unbeaten 46. This meant that Pakistan's next game against Netherlands was crucial to their chances of making it to the Super 8s. Led by a brilliant display of leg spin bowling from the mercurial Shahid Afridi, Pakistan rallied strongly after their shoddy display against England to beat Netherlands by 82 runs and seal their place in the Super 8s. Kamran Akmal and Salman Butt gave Pakistan a strong start, and useful contributions from the middle order helped them post 175. Afridi may have not shone with the bat, but he struck gold with the ball. He picked up a wicket off his first ball, and the Dutch batsman had no answer to his ripping leg breaks as he finished with figures of 4 for 11 off his 4 overs. But the euphoria of the victory against Netherlands was short-lived. Pakistan met Sri Lanka in their first game of the Super 8s, and though Pakistan had their moments, it was Sri Lanka who emerged victorious by 19 runs. Sri Lanka got off to a good start with 81 in 9 overs. They then suffered a shocking mid-innings slump, adding just 69 runs in the last 11 overs. And once again it was Afridi who varied his pace and length cleverly to suddenly stifle the innings. At 35 for 3, Pakistan looked in trouble, but Yunus and Misbah-ul-Haq steadied the ship with a calm 66-run partnership. Then, with 52 needed of the last 5, Pakistan stumbled, losing Misbah, Yunus and Afridi in quick succession. And the chase, which had looked so promising minutes earlier, was suddenly over. The end of the match was disappointing for Pakistan after they had recovered in style from a shocking start in the field. Their next game against New Zealand was a must-win. Abdul Razak, who had quit international cricket to join the ICL 2 years ago, ironically after he was not included in Pakistan's 2020 squad for the 2007 World 2020, was now making his comeback. He struck with his 4th ball and then again in the 3rd over to trigger a top-order collapse. Omar Gul came into the attack in the 13th over and got his first wicket through a fabulous catch by Afridi at long on. His second was through a Yorker, and though James Franklin avoided being a hat-trick dismissal, New Zealand didn't last too long and were wiped out for 99. Gul became the first bowler to get a 5-4 in 2020 internationals. In their match against Ireland, Pakistan were determined to extract revenge for the humiliating defeat in the 2007 50-over World Cup. Yunus said he had told his boys to crush Ireland, and that they did, with a 39-run win that took them into the semis. There they met South Africa in a match billed as a clash between the art of cricket and its science. South Africa's progress to this point had been smooth, well-planned, calculated and inevitable. Pakistan had got here in a shambles, losing games, winning some, treating it all as a bit of fun. But they had finally settled on what they felt was their best lineup, and in the end those 11 dumped out the favourites of the tournament and took Pakistan to their second World 2020 final. Afridi put in an all-round performance of tremendous intensity, lifting Pakistan to a defendable total with an aggressive yet methodical half-century before bowling a spell that left the South Africans struggling. Though South Africa's bowlers fought admirably to keep Pakistan to 149, where they had once looked like getting 170, barring Jacques Kallis, their batsmen failed to give the chase any sort of direction. And so the two teams that had been traumatized by the Lahore attacks 3.5 months before were due to meet in the final. In the end, it wasn't an edge-of-the-seat final like the previous one. From the moment Dilshan, the tournament's top scorer, fell in the opening over, Pakistan had a grip on the match. Razak claimed 3 wickets in his opening spell to leave Sri Lanka at 32 for 4, from where they never really recovered despite their captain Kumar Sangakkara's best efforts. Afridi played one of his most mature innings, an unbeaten 54 of 40 balls, and fittingly got the winning run as the stadium reverberated with the roars of their fans and the song Dil Dil Pakistan. His teammates came charging in from the dugout, some bent down to touch the turf and others waved a flag. The stadium was awash with green, and back in Pakistan, people spilled out onto the streets, dancing, blowing car horns and blaring stereos. It is being said that few sporting victories anywhere around the world have been as significant as this. That may or may not be true. Pakistan's win will do little in concrete terms for a nation beset with problems. Countries are still unlikely to visit Pakistan for international cricket. But the win and the run have provided a much-needed silver lining. With Nishi Narayanan and Ranjit Shinde, this is Akhila Rangana for Cricinfo.
This is Cricinfo Talk.